Hey folks, this is Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer. Welcome to the farm vlog today. We're still working on the Kubota 3350. It's been in here in the shop for about a week. I want to get it out of the way. I want to get the Willys Jeep in here and start working, but I can't do it until I fix the hydraulic issue. So we've got this one little tiny problem right here that's causing this entire issue and causing all this heartache. I'm going to say I've worked on this tractor a total of 2.5 hours, something like that. And I had to run to the parts store and got a few parts. We're going to try and get this thing back together so it doesn't leak. Have a little bit of fun today on the farm vlog. So come on along and we'll do some tractor work. All right? Woo! Stoney Ridge. Farm Stoney Ridge. Alright, now really, there are no two ways about it. I'm sick of working on this problem. This is a little control valve, and I'll get you a little close up here in a minute, that is used with a push button to open and close the grapple. It also is used with a push button to work the rear remotes. Now that was an added feature put on the tractor, and that feature has caused the problem. What's happened is the hydraulic line that ran underneath the tractor must have caught on a stick or something, and it pulled it just ever so slightly and caused this little T-fitting, which is a rare fitting. It must be made of diamonds and rubies or something because it can't find it anywhere. This little T-fitting is wallowed out right here. So what we've got to do, I'm going to eliminate that hydraulic line to the rear so I can get out here and get working with the tractor. We've got a lot of storm cleanup to do. Right now, what I've done is come up with two fittings to replace that one fitting. I've come up with a swivel fitting and an adapter fitting that goes right in there. We can put these together nice and snug, and that will connect to our third remote on the front of the tractor to work the grapple. Here's something you really need to think about when you're buying a tractor is the location of the tractor dealership. So the closest Kubota dealer was about 50 minutes away. I had to drive 50 minutes away to get 2 gallons of hydraulic fluid to go on this Kubota tractor because it takes a specific type of fluid. So something to consider when you're deciding what tractor to buy is the proximity to the dealership that you live. Just something to think about. Let's get in here and work. So here's what we're working on. This block right here installs right on this little tab, and this little block is my troublemaker. We'll go ahead, we'll get this hydraulic fitting on here. Hopefully with the swivel connector that won't eliminate, if the hose were to catch on something, it could just swivel, and this is what we're connecting to our swivel connector. All this will go together nicely. 1, 2, 3. Now our swivel connector connects to this little block. This little block is the control that disperses the hydraulic fluid where we need it to go. I'm going to put this guy on here nice and snug. There's a little rubber O-ring on here, so we shouldn't have any leaking issues with this guy. Should be just fine. Next piece we're going to put on is our swivel connector, and I don't like using an adjustable wrench to do this stuff. I'd like to use the proper wrenches, so let's see what we've got going here. And it looks like we're not going to have the proper wrenches, so adjustable wrench it is. I think the right thing to do is take this adapter and put this piece together first. Yeah, we got the right wrench for that. Okay. Adapter together. Snug as a bug. Okay. Now to me, it seems like that sticks out pretty far. I worry about it catching on something also, but we'll see how we do. This is a lesson in Mickey Mouse hydraulics right here. I really don't like the way I'm having to do this. Now this job would be much, much easier if there were consistency in the size of the bolts and nuts on this Kubota tractor. So there are at least 4 different size nuts and Allen wrench sizes to take this thing apart and put it back together. It doesn't make any sense to me. Not for a tractor. It's making it much more difficult than it really needs to be. Make sure this is nice and neat for when we put it back together. I won't be ashamed of myself. It's held in place with a washer, a lock washer, and an 11mm nut. You cannot access these Allen screws without removing this control box right here, which is held on with a different size Allen screw. Super. So in a future vlog, we'll be installing a kit like this that comes from Everything Attachments on our John Deere 5065. I am sure that that kit is easier than this. This is a bit of a hassle to take on and off. Of course, you really shouldn't have to take it on and off. You should be able to put it on one time, that should be it. This is one of those jobs that hangs over your head and you know you need to do it. And that hydraulic leak was just drip, drip, drip. And I was like, man, I can get by one more day. I can get by one more day. Well, those days are over. This is the control valve. Let me get you in here a little closer. This valve right here is electronically controlled, and it opens and closes these little holes right here and tells the grapple when to open and close. Pretty cool, pretty nifty little deal here. It's controlled with a little electronic solenoid and held in place with 4 Allen screws. We've got another hydraulic problem with the John Deere 5065 also. Got to replace a fitting. I went up to the John Deere dealership and I said, hey man, you guys had any troubles with the quick connect fittings on the hydraulics on the 5065? Oh yeah, that's a known problem. I was like, well, is it a known fix? Oh yeah, here's the part. I was like, well, John Deere's not eating that? Nope. Josh is eating that. And I guess just my luck. I think we're about to get back in business here. Got 2 more Allen screws to put in place here, and we'll give it a try. So here's a little secret. Say you got an Allen wrench, and you're in there and you're trying to tighten down as much as you can to get them as tight as you possibly can with your fingers, and that's not very tight. Well, you can take a wrench and put on that and get a little more leverage and turn it another half turn and get it a little bit tighter. So take your wrench, put it right over top, and get a little more leverage. Works out pretty good. I'm going to put everything back together the way it should be. With my quick attaches. There's one. Slide this guy up. There's the other. Alright, let's start the tractor. See if it leaks. You guys are going to get a bird's eye view. I'm going to fire it up and zoom in. I guess you see that. I forgot to tighten one of the fittings up. Ding dong. Good news is I've got some good long life tractor preservative on the floor here in the garage, so to keep the garage floor well lubricated. There we go. Now let's try it. No more leak. Super cool. We're going to go out. We're going to put this thing to work a little bit. I'll show you this grapple in action. This is the Everything Attachments Wicked 55 grapple. And we just have trees down all over the farm. I've gone through and I've cut some of them up. The power companies came through and cut some of them up. So we'll just show you the Wicked grapple in action. Probably over the next 2 weeks or so, we'll be using this tractor a whole lot, moving a whole lot of brush, and we'll be using a whole lot of chainsaws. We'll do some good chainsaw videos and some good tractor videos. So let's get out and put this thing to work. Yeah. Almost made a boo-boo. Got to put my oil in, my hydraulic fluid in. Almost forgot that. This is called Super UDT. And there really is no good way to pour. So we'll try not to make a mess. So let that thing warm up a little bit. While we were at Kubota, we got a Kubota oil filter for this thing. That way when we get ready to change the oil, we'll have the right parts and we won't have to drive 45 minutes for it again. We also looked at, Kubota has a new utility vehicle. And we're going to be doing a review of that utility vehicle sometime in the next couple of weeks also. We're going to go up there. We talked to the dealer. He said he'd be happy to have us come up and take a look at it and do a quick review. So that'd be fun. It's comparable to the John Deere Gator, to the new John Deere 835, and I was pretty impressed. Lots of storage, pretty cool little Subaru engine. Neat. Our hydraulic problems are solved, obviously, so we're going to put this tractor to work. I've got about 10 hours of brush pickup to do here on the farm, but I tell you what, it's a whole lot easier with that machine than it is dragging it by hand into piles and then dragging it here and dragging it there. I can just grab it with the machine and put it on a pile to burn. So this is the Wicked 55 Grapple from Everything Attachments. It will pick up a 5x5 round bale, in case you're wondering if you're thinking about getting one of these for your farm. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks here, we're just going to be picking up brush and using chainsaws and having some more fun here on the farm. And I also got the hydraulic problem on the doggone John Deere tractor to fix. So come on back and see me on the Stoney Ridge Farm. Subscribe to the channel, click that like button, and don't forget to click that little bell down there. It'll notify you when I post a new video, and we'll have some more farm fun. All right? Woo!